think it's time you and I had a little bit of a talk. So just let me preface this video by saying I want to shout out everybody that has been to this channel and supported me in the process for the last 5 years. That's a long time, man. 5 years of doing content on YouTube. And, you know, it hasn't been easy. It has not been easy. I didn't think that it was going to be easy when I first started. But this channel has had some success and it has had a lot of failures. But for the most part, I think it's been a pretty successful run on YouTube. So no, I'm not quitting. I'm not quitting YouTube. But there are changes that are coming here to the channel, and I wanted to update you guys on those changes. Got a few notes written down, so I will glance at these every so often. But basically, what I want to get down to you guys is the channel as it is right now is in a really tough spot. It is not good. The production, the view counts, the whatever you want to classify a metric, it has not been in a good spot as of late. And some changes definitely need to happen here on this channel. You know, I look across the way, I look out into the beyond, and I see other content creators in this sports gaming community having a lot of success with what they're doing. And this is no slight to them. Okay, I'm friends with quite a few of them, and so this is no slight to any of them. But I see the content that they're making, and you do have to ask the question. You have to ask the question: is it me? Am I the problem? Am I the problem that the reason why the content on this channel is not allowing this channel to grow? And despite what I think of the content that we're creating here is very unique, it's very creative, it's good, and I think of myself as a good creator, that might not be the case, because I look and I see other creators having the success out there that I think I should be having here, that we should be having here as a community on this gold squad on GG9's channel. We should be having that same success, but for whatever reason, we're not. So I look at myself as the leader. Of course, this is hand. Hi. It's this channel here. This channel's success is based on, I'm the leader of this channel, and you guys are a part of this channel. I'm the leader of you guys, and I'm letting you down. I feel like I'm letting you down when the channel does not have the success that I think it should. We launch things that are very creative. We launch things like the XBA. We launched the GGBL. We launched Team Builder, the all 12 Team Builder dynasties that we've had in the past. It's been a very creative approach to this channel, and I feel like it's one or two things. It could be one, it could be YouTube's fault, not the channel's fault. It could be YouTube's fault. The way that the algorithm works is it doesn't recommend this type of content because nobody knows that kind of content even exists. So imagine this, right? Imagine you're trying to think of a shade of blue, right? We got blue all over the place. You're trying to imagine a shade of blue that you've never seen before. Can you do it? Can you imagine a color that you've never seen? Probably not. Can you imagine an animal that you've never seen before? Even if you do, you're probably coming up with parts of different animals that you've seen in the past. So really, what we know is based on what the world has shown us, right? And I don't think people really searched for GGBL, all 30 teams rebranded, or all 36 teams in the NBA rebranded. I don't think people search for that stuff. I don't think they know it exists, is really what I'm trying to get at. So when I see other YouTubers out there do their one-off rebuilds, or they do their franchise videos, they do their franchise series, these are tried and true. These are things that YouTube looks at with the big creators in this platform and in this community, in the sports gaming community. They see that and they think, okay, this is what people want to watch. So they're not going to be recommending big leagues like this because they don't think anybody wants to watch that. Because guess what? There's only one person doing it. It's GG9. That's it. We're the only people that are doing something like that. Now, I will give a shout out here to the Relocation Football League. So this is, again, no slight to you guys out there, but they're experiencing the same thing. And they might be happy with 500, 600 views, 800 views, but I'm not. I want more than that. I want to be, everybody has their own version of success. And again, that's no slight to those guys. Those guys put in a ton of work, man. It's a ton of work. I know how it goes. They've got people doing, I mean, their Instagram graphics of player stats and their news stories and their podcasts. I mean, it is full-blown production value. It's awesome. The RFL is amazing. It's great. It's great content. So why does that, something that is so unique on this platform with sports gaming, not get the type of traction that it deserves? I think it's because of the YouTube algorithm. I think it's literally because the YouTube algorithm looks at content like that and says, you're the only ones doing it. So how do we recommend it to people that are watching Bengal videos of one-off rebuilds or C4 rebuilds? How do they recommend that, right? Because it's Madden. At the end of the day, it's Madden. But I don't know how they can recommend that. Just like GGBL. Not many people. Now, M.Frisk has done a 30-team rebrand before. I think he did it for 20, maybe 19. But, you know, that had some success for him too. But I'm the only one. I think I'm the only one doing the 1 in 21. Now, there might be other, see, that's the problem. There might be other creators who are doing the same thing that I'm doing, but they're not getting noticed either because literally only one person is doing it. Me. So it's tough. It's very tough. And I think the YouTube algorithm is screwing with a lot of smaller creators because how it works is you literally have to follow the leader. You got to follow the leader. So YouTube now, and the way that it works is you can't be creative. You can't be unique. And if you want to, it's going to be an uphill battle. And it has been. It has been an uphill battle on this channel. And that's not to say that I'm going to technically follow the leader with this new channel direction. But I think for the most part, for more general type of content, I think that's the only way to grow. One-off videos, rebuild videos, sports takes, real-life sports topic discussion. That's the way to go. Franchise is dying in a lot of different sports games. Madden has barely touched it since this year. This year marks the first time that they've really dove deep into it. MLB The Show has not touched franchise mode in forever. 2K, I've heard, I'm not a 2K guy personally, even though the XBA is the most successful thing on the channel. Has not touched franchise mode in years from what people have said. So I look at this and I think to myself, what am I supposed to do? You could keep trying to fight the uphill battle. You could literally just try to swim upstream and try to fight against YouTube and its algorithm. Or you could comply. You could comply. You could do what everybody else is doing and hope you get noticed, because that's the only way that you're going to get recommended is if you're doing something relatable. Let me throw an example out for MLB in the MLB The Show community. Rays Gaming Sports or the Ant Ortiz, guys like that. They do very creative spins and creative twists on MLB The Show. They do one-off rebuilds. They do Moneyball rebuilds. They do very creative things with their rebuilds, which is awesome. So they're taking creative approaches to a tried and true method for one-off vids, which is kudos to you guys. Hats off to you. Which I think I got to get more into. I got to do more of that. Simply put, because people on YouTube that watch that type of content are not getting recommended the GGBL or Kansas City Royals franchise because it started late. Or it could be that. It could be YouTube. This is just one of it. It could be YouTube, or it could be me. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm not somebody that's going to sugarcoat it. As you guys know, for my responses to people in the comment section sometimes, it gets pretty blunt at times. Even Discord gets pretty blunt. I'm not somebody that's going to, shy behind it and not be honest about something, right? I'm going to not sugarcoat. I'm going to tell you like it is. And I think if I'm going to apply that to other people, I apply that to myself every day, right? I'm my own harshest critic. And I think sometimes you got to look in the mirror or sometimes the camera and say to yourself, you know what, Goldie, you might not be as creative as you think you are, or you might not be as good of a creator as you think you are. That could also be a factor, that there's a reason that these other creators are having success, and it's not just the content. It's the content plus it's them. That's the reason why they're having the success that they're having. And you, my friend, are not having the success that you're having because your personality is like a stick in the mud. You're way too serious in commentary. You're way too analytical. You're way too strategic in your commentary, talking about the ins and outs and the movements of strategies. And it's like, just give me the content, man. Just give me the sports. So I don't know, man. I don't know what might be the reason for the channel's lack of success. There's two different scenarios. There's two different things that could be a cause of it. So, I had this conversation a couple months ago with you guys, and I posted a link to a Google Forms survey that you guys filled out. Some of you filled out, which I appreciate the feedback, which pretty much allowed me to create the Huskies franchise in NHL 22, which has been really fun for me, and I think a lot of you guys have enjoyed it so far. No channel survey now, but I think what needs to happen is this discussion that we're having here is now in November, and we're going into December. We're getting ready for 2022, a brand new year. Some things have to change. Some things have to change in the channel, and that's ultimately what I wanted to bring up to you guys in this. And here's my notes. This is where the notes come in. Is when you think about these big leagues that we run, right? The XBA team builder that we had for 12-teamer. Obviously, the GGBL is a big project. It's a huge thing every single season that we do and get done with the off season included. You think about the time that's spent creating those leagues, and you think about that time is finite. There's only so much of it. And being a 33-year-old guy, there you go, just doxed myself for all you guys that don't know. Being a 33-year-old dude with a wife and kids and a full-time job, it's a sacrifice. YouTube is a hobby, but it's also a sacrifice. And pumping out regular videos and pumping out content takes time away from my family. With time being so finite, there's only so much of it to go around. It's like, if you're posting this stuff and you're putting in this amount of work for it, and it's only giving you 300 views, 500 views, do I have fun with it? Yes, definitely. I love doing it. It's so fun to do. But you start thinking to yourself, is this really worth my time that I'm sacrificing away from my family? Is that something worth it? Is it worthwhile? And it might be for you guys. It might be for you guys. And this is no slight to you, okay? This is not something that I'm not firing something at you to be offensive here, but if you guys are a little bit younger, you got your homework done, you're hanging out, you're just flipping on YouTube on your phone, and you're watching this and you're thinking, man, this is really fun. I really enjoy watching this. Some of you guys might not realize that it takes a lot of effort and a lot of work to post. The last stream that we had for GGBL was 8 hours long on a Saturday. Kind of gives you an idea, right? And then you have to edit all those games down, and you have to commentate those games. And I'm not complaining either. This is kind of the nature of the beast. But some people don't understand the amount of time and the amount of work that it takes in order to produce something like that. And again, it just goes back to asking the question, is it worth my time? Is it worth it? In the end, is 300 views to 500 views worth it for the amount of hours that get put into it? And is it worth it to spend that time away from family trying to produce this type of content that's not really bearing any fruit? And that's ultimately what it comes down to. So with that being said, no, I'm not canceling the series. No, I'm not ending them. But what I am telling you guys is that the GGBL will be the last league that is run on the channel. How long it goes, I don't even know. If MLB 22 has cross save, so year-to-year save, like we can take this save file and move it to 22, then it's definitely going to keep going. If 22 comes out and they don't have it, I think at the rate that we're going, we'll probably only get 4 or 5 years done in the GGBL. And I think then that will end it. XBA is definitely ending at some point this year. Could be December 31st. I don't know. But after this season ends, I think my brother was talking about doing a season simulation, multiple season simulation, to kind of get an idea of how your custom prospects did in their careers and so on and so forth. So, so with that being said, I'm not canceling any series right now. Everything is going to still remain as planned. All things not changing until probably the new year is really what I'm getting at. So ultimately, the goal here is to become less reliant on sports gaming. So that's the change. That's the big change. That's the big overhaul. This channel needs to condense down big time. We do way too much on the channel. I mean, I can count it for you. We do Royals, Giants, GGBL, XBA, Huskies. It's 5 series that are happening right now. It's crazy. Nobody does that. Nobody does that. And so when I'm posting those videos like once a week, whereas some of other content creators in the same space are literally posting their series every single day, that's how you maintain, that's how you retain viewership. This channel does not maintain viewership at all. It grabs people in, but it doesn't keep you here. And then probably the main reason for that is that we don't move fast enough. I don't post regularly anymore. I've spread myself too thin. So really what's gonna happen here in the next year is that we're gonna condense down. So we're gonna do MLB The Show, Madden, and NCAA football. So whether that be 14, 08, 06, those types of things, maybe it's the new college football game that's coming out in the next couple of years, college football, Madden, and then MLB The Show. 3 games on this channel, nothing more, nothing less. Ultimately, the goal is to become less reliant on sports gaming. That's the big change. We're going to throw in real life sports topics. We're going to talk about football, college football, NFL, and MLB. Those are the sports topics that we're going to talk about on the channel. We're going to have more of these types of discussion, more podcasty type feels, more opinion-based topics, things to talk about there. And really the reason for that is just because sports gaming right now it's on a downward trend. You know, for the last couple of years, sports gaming has been pretty stagnant. And really, when you think about it, do you really want as a content creator to hang your hat on sports gaming as a way to make a living? Probably not. Probably not. So when I look at sports gaming, I think if it starts to go on a downward trend, which it already is, and if it continues to go on a downward trend, we don't see that upward swing, you don't want to be a one-trick pony, right? And sports, real life sports, always gives you something to talk about. It's got content every single day, and it's going to be a mainstay for probably pretty much the entirety of the human race. Okay, there's your hot take of the day right there for you. But basically, all of this is to say nothing lasts forever, and things change, and things change very quickly. You know, 5 years ago, I did not think that I would be standing here or sitting here. I think I'd be sitting here with a GG9 sign and doing all this. I did not think that this was going to be happening, right? That I would be able to have a sort of platform and speak to all of you guys. And you know, when I was starting my Battlefield 1 videos and Call of Duty videos and Detroit Tigers rebuild and MLB The Show 17, I didn't think that we were going to get to this point, right? So I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful to all of you guys that have offered your support, likes, comments, views. Even if you only click on it for like 10 seconds and click off, that's still a view in my mind. Patreon support, of course. And by the way, for you guys that are in the $20 bracket, by the way, got a little something for you at the end of the year. That's part of the package. Got an end of the year little gift bundle and a thank you to you guys that are donating. But it's been fun. It's been fun. The last 5 years have been fun. I can't deny that. It's been a lot of work, but it's been very fun. But ultimately, like I said, things change, things always change, and the only real way that you're going to survive here on YouTube or doing content creation is to change the way that you do things as well. So I think this is the right move for the channel. I think that what we're going to do is condense things down and get a little bit more lean, and don't get tempted to start doing new stuff all the time. I think that's why I get in trouble, or how I get in trouble with this content creation stuff. I start wanting to dive into different things and new things because the other things aren't doing so hot, right? So that's my own mistakes. Those are my own mistakes. So I've made this bed and I'm lying in it. So you got to do what you got to do. But guys, that's it for this video. Leave a like if you like this thing. Post in the comment section below if you think that this channel direction is going to be good for the channel, what your thoughts are on it, and I will be sure to respond to you guys. So again, leave a like if you like this thing. I will see you guys in the next one. As always, thank you for watching, and peace.